Hi guys, welcome back for another one. It's another set of roster reviews this week, and I have Maverick Ag 06 with me today. Maverick, are you ready for some more probably Dark Dimension and Doom Raid roster reviews?
Let's do it.
And our first one this week is Dardoch. His clan is starting to make a Doom Raid a regular occurrence in their alliance, and he is feeling like he is being carried. So we're going to take a look at his Doom Raid team and see if we can offer him some advice so he feels less like he's being carried. Alright, so like we normally do every week when we get a Doom Raid review, we just filter this in alphabetical order unless we know your order of your raid line. So looking at bio first, Symbiotes, good to go. Venom, right there. I don't know his current level, but I imagine he's making his way through level 80 to level 85 currently. So, I mean, at this point, right, it's pretty much just Symbiotes. There's not too many other bio characters other than Falavel, which I'm pretty sure we'll bring up and we'll go look for here in a second. Symbiotes, we can start talking about Doom 2, right? I mean, I think, have you had experience yet in Doom 2?
We just started doing Doom 2 today.
Okay.
So I'm one raid in.
So have you had any bio experience yet?
I was able to I finished off a node for somebody, but they saved me for Mystic and Mutant towards the end. But yeah, no, I mean Symbiotes feel a lot better already in Doom 2 than they ever did in Doom 1.
Yeah. So unfortunately, until I guess we're told we're sold another bio team, that's pretty much it. Let's go check out his Phyla. 3 stars, probably not worth a raid mention currently at this investment, but if you do get her up, definitely someone you can have as a backup in the bio lanes, and hopefully we get a real bio raid team very soon. Let's go to the next trait, Mutant. We have well, if you want to shine a Mutant, you're going to need to get the Astonishing X-Men up. I see you have some work into them. Any thoughts here on this trait other than that?
Yeah, I mean, we have talked for a long time about blending Longshot and Shatterstar in, for to help people in Doom 1, but Doom 2 is the Axemen show. No X Factor, just straight up Axemen, and so that's what I would go with now.
Yeah. So yeah, keep investing at them. You have good red stars on them, and they're all 5 red except for Jubilee. So I don't know where you are in promotion credits. Obviously, you're not as a long player as myself, so you may not have him to spare. But if you do, I'd probably take a look at Jubilee or even gold promotion credits if you get Bishop to 6. So with that said, let's move on to the next one. Mystic. We have Surfer, Thanos, Hela, Ebony Maw, and then it really falls off from there. Mystic, there are a couple different combos at this point. I think he might be a returning player with not having Deathpool. And no Adam Warlock. Does have Cloak unlocked already at 3 red. What are your thoughts here? This is obviously a little bit more of a moving situation.
Mystic is a challenge until you get new warriors. I mean, that's just the long and short of it. So for him, what he's looking at is he's looking at the old Mystic Raid team of Thanos, Hela, Maw, Silver Surfer, and probably like a Mordo as a 5th. For some control elements, Mordo down there, second row on the right, who can stun and blind, and that can be spread by Hela. It can probably get you through base difficulty if you build it up properly, but it's not going to be sustainable beyond that because Thanos and Maw and Mordo and Hela all are before the power creep, and their stats are going to be make them way more squishy.
Okay, and I did check. I remember someone sent me a message about having Cloak and Dagger both unlocked. It was him. He does have Dagger unlocked now. He sent it to me, I think, this morning or last night. So he does have both of them. So for base difficulty Doom, I mean, I know how it feels in Doom 2. Cloak and Dagger, 3 red, in or not in?
I mean, they'd have to be G15, several ISO blue levels up. And I think you could work it. The problem with it is that they need Deathpool as well to feed them enough energy for the control elements. So I would say yes, if for no other reason, it's the best future investment.
Okay.
But I mean, like, everything is going to suck. You mean Thanos at seven red stars sucks in Doom 1.
Yeah.
Because he just dies because he doesn't have any stats. So like they're all an equal level of just okay.
Okay, fair enough. That's my opinion there. So, yeah, this one's going to be a little bit more of a tougher one for you, but you can, can build the future, or you can keep investing in what you currently can to get through Doom 1. But definitely, building towards that Doom 2, you're going to want some of these newer characters unlocked, and hopefully by that time they're available. You do have a few months before you're going to see the new Warriors farmable. So, with that said, let's move on to the next one, and that is skill. We have a Kestrel, good. Approximate Night Baron Simo, a random Sif. I don't know if that was the greatest investment. I don't know if you think maybe she's cheap. I don't know. I don't know her off the top of my head. Red Guardian. So we're definitely missing some characters here too. I think they said I think he's a returning player, so I think he missed the entire Secret Avengers patch, and not only that, he missed the Shang-Chi event. So 4 of the most important skill characters currently are sitting down here at the bottom. I know skill is not the worst, not having the best. So what's your suggestion here?
I mean, like, yeah. So farm Secret Avengers as they become farmable for
Yes.
sure, because that's going to be the future, and they're all going to be some version of farmable. So it's definitely probably one of the most highly recommended farmable character teams that I would recommend just across the board.
Yeah, me too.
But for now, Red Guardian to tank, Kestrel obviously, Baron Zemo, Black Widow for a little bit of speed,
Gamora?
and Gamora probably. I mean, if this was last year, I would have said Corvus and Proxima, but Black Order is just kind of middle of the pack right now, and you're gonna get a lot more use out of a 6 red star Black Widow than you are Proxima Midnight, and so
Yes.
I would do Gamora for Infinity Watch, and go from there.
All right, sounds good. All right, and then the last trait we have is tech. We have a Dardoch, Ghost, Kestrel, Shuri, Minerva, 5 decent characters, a lot of sustain there, and let's see the bottom real quick. Doom's obviously not unlocked yet. Lady Deathstrike, definitely keep an eye on this character. It's possible she will be an event kind of release, similar to Shang-Chi. I don't think it's going to be exactly like Shang-Chi. If she is, you should be able to nab her at 4 stars if you're a very active player. And she could have some viability. I want to throw that in there. I don't want to keep mentioning everybody's roster review, but what else do you see in here that he can possibly do, or has he got the 5 best he has at the moment?
I would say that Ultron is an option for when you don't have Doom, because the problem with not when you get the final recommendations on tech and you recommend Doom over Ultron is the bots and not having enough space on the field. But when you don't have Doom unlocked,
Yeah.
there's room for Ultron to start spreading his bots, and he still has some usefulness in there. So essentials to me are Dardoch and Kestrel. That Ghost being 6 red stars makes her basically essential. I would bring up Ultron a little bit more and use Ultron, and then just depending on Shuri or Minerva, I would probably use that Shuri first.
Yeah.
And then Minerva if somebody goes down.
All right, sounds good. So, Dardoch, man, I hope you enjoyed this roster review. And if you guys at home would like to get your own roster review, I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Are you interested in having your roster reviewed by Maverick and I in this quick format roster review, helping you out in a game mode or two? If you are, all you need to do is join my Discord. The link to that is in the description down below. Then all you need to do is find the video section, find roster reviews, and there you'll find the latest roster review application where you can submit your request to have your roster reviewed by Maverick and I in a YouTube format. So if you need help clearing any content in the game, don't hesitate, apply today. Our next roster review up today is Jordan K. His goals are currently to get through DD4 and Doom Raids. Because we're working off screenshots, I did ask him which game mode is more important to you at the moment. He did say DD4, so that's the review we're going to do for him today. So without further ado, we're going to work off screenshots. Let's get into it. All right, so first off, we are starting with Global. And I really got to start telling people to stop to unfavor everything before sending me screenshots, because that really messes me up. I don't know if it messes you up, Maverick, but it messes me up. But anyways, I see at the very top, I see a Sinister, Ghost, Jubilee. Well, let's skip Jubilee. She's legendary. Zemo, Sharon Carter, great job on that. I see a Cap Sam down there. Emma Frost. He's got a lot of moving parts here already. I think Sinister's the only one he has up in the right gear tier. What suggestion would you give him from here?
So I would do personally. I would do Sinister, that 6 red Ghost, Sharon Carter, and Sam Wilson. I mean,
Yeah.
they're about to become farmable. You've got a 6 red star Sam Wilson. It's going to be the best characters for you to invest in outside of DD4, especially for that Doom Reigns that we're not talking about, but we're mentioning here.
Yeah.
And so that would be the 4 that I would go with, because I know you have 2 skill characters there, but they're going to be 2 very important skill characters. Ghost is fantastic in Dark Dimension because she gives offense down.
Yeah.
And then Sinister, you can clone off of him. You've already built him up. So like that's a 4-piece. If you have the ability to go for 5, Emma Frost works. But I wouldn't necessarily say that you would have to.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see. Maria Hill, it must have missed the unlock on Maria Hill. She's not here, but she's going to be the first one farmable in the War Store. So that's always an option too. So let's move on to next up is Cosmic. So Cosmic, we have a Gamora at the top, a Kestrel at the top, out of Morix Legendary, Falavel. So Gamora's done, Kestrel's done, Falavel's done, and Moondragon's done. He's already got 4 characters done at this point for Cosmic Lane. Make sure he doesn't have a 5th. So there's no 5th currently. So let's say get 4 for each trait first, and then let's say he gets that done. Who's the 5th you want to add to this?
I mean, normally I would say Silver Surfer, but because he has already 3 of the Infinity Watch, I would do Nebula and then add all the assists in, and have 4 members of the Infinity Watch plus Kestrel.
All right. Yep, that sounds good. No more to add really there. So let's keep going here to City. So we have Symbiote Spider-Man done, a Carnage not done, a Scream not done, a Doc Ock done, and an Anti-Venom. So he's definitely got an alien spore problem. It looks like he can apply an alien spore on these characters if he gets them to 80 because they got the little plus sign. So what are you seeing here? Obviously, Doc Ock's Legendary doesn't include. So what's your recommendation here currently?
I mean, you're looking at the key symbiote trio: Symbiote, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Scream.
Yep.
Then you can bring up. I think Cloak and Dagger are eventually going to be important in City, especially for newer players going through DD4, DD5 as they become farmable, or everybody else when we get into Dark Dimension 5 if City is still the trait. Only other thing, and he looks like he has an unlock, is Shang-Chi. Which they're down there at the bottom. I mean, he's got a 4 red star Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I would definitely consider bringing Shang-Chi up on his own because he doesn't take alien spores and is a fantastic skill character.
Yes, definitely. All right. That's pretty much it. Get your 3 symbiotes and fill in with some other great characters. Let's see. And then Legendary, Adam Warlock's done. Other than that, no one else is. He's got a Jubilee on the way, Doc Ock on the way, Shuri, and Ebony Maw. And I'm trying to see. I don't think he's missing. I think the only important one outside the ones he already has going is Phoenix. If you're going to try to get this done in a reasonable amount of time, I think you're going to want Phoenix. If you're okay with a little slower crawl, you can skip her. It's going to be not. A lot of people will say that's probably not a very smart move, but I'm just saying if you want to grind, you can do it. But what's your suggestion here, Maverick?
I mean, honestly, it's going to depend on which section does he have, or which origin trait does he have more pieces for, and what is he struggling with. If he's got an abundance of mutants, then you could do Phoenix and Jubilee.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I don't necessarily have an issue with him skipping that Phoenix, especially if he just got it unlocked at 4, at 4 stars or 4 red stars. I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily do Shuri, but I would do Adam Warlock, Jubilee, Doc Ock, and Ebony Maw, at least to start, and then you could work on Phoenix as you're going through, and especially on a second run, that would make your second run a lot easier. But you don't have to do Phoenix anymore. It helps, but you don't have to.
All right, yeah, it sounds good. It's what I agree with, right? Most people I would recommend Phoenix, but I don't think. As long as you're not trying to, be Speedy Gonzalez, I don't think it's absolutely necessary. So that's good. With that said, let's jump into our next roster review. All right, and our last roster review for this video today is Lurjay. So first off, he's primarily looking for good war offense and defensive teams. I know it's objective, so it's really hard for Maverick and I to sit down and just look at your roster, 170 characters to really, say who should be your war attack teams, who should be your war defense teams. I mean, we can give advice to how to improve something. That's more reasonable for us to do, but to actually list your war attack and defense teams, it's very hard for us to be able to do and put the time and commitment to do so. So one of the things I did in my Discord, guys, if you guys want to go there, is underneath the game mode infographic section on my Discord, there is a war channel. If you click on the war channel, I have posted war offense and war defense squads that were made by Philosopher. I think it's a very good tool out of all the tools that I reviewed for war offense and defense to help you guys out. That's probably the best one that I saw. So it is there on my Discord, made by Philosopher. If you guys want to check it out to help try to strategize if you're really big into war, who you want for offense, who you want for defense, and the best teams that are currently in the game to, give you that end result. But with that said, we're going to be focusing on today on his Dark Dimension, specifically Dark Dimension 3, mentioning, who also scales up for Dark Dimension 4, because there is a lot of synergy between the two. So with that said, let's jump into his MSF.gg. All right, we are in here to Lurjay's roster. We have this sorted by global. So right now we're trying to focus on first step, DD3. Who do we need to get started here? And then you can always just, add levels to him, get a level 75, gear tier 15, and you can also, start DD4 at the exact same time. So he does have Emma. I'm assuming, let's see if I click on that, see if I can figure that out. It is a 14. So he does have Emma at 14. Obviously, MSF.gg hasn't updated the borders yet. And Sinister at 13. You can use legendaries in global, so Jubilee is a contender for global. I know some of the things we're going to recommend is Secret Avengers. So I see a Cap Sam. I see a Sharon Carter. If I scroll down, he does have Maria Hill unlocked. Where is she? There she is. There's Maria Hill. 2 red. Oof. Ouch. All right. So with seeing what he has, what do you recommend to get him started?
Honestly, DD3 is still built around Phoenix and her dying and stealing that, doing the health steal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to at least consider that. He's got a 7-star Ghost, and Ghost has that own health steal as well. So those are great options. He's already done with Emma Frost, so there's no reason not to bring Emma Frost.
Yeah.
But to me, you're talking about Sam Wilson as a protector. You could use that 5, hopefully 6 red Jubilee eventually. Sinister is a great option for cloning people if you have them at high red stars. I don't necessarily know that 4 red 5-star overall is going to be the best option for you. It'll be a little bit more of a grind.
Yeah.
I know you've got a 6 red star Baron Zemo, and that's great, but I would invest skill gear into Secret Avengers before I would that Baron Zemo. So if it were me and I'm picking 4, I'm picking Emma Frost because she's done. I'm picking Ghost for the Hell Steal. I'm picking Phoenix for the Hell Steal, and I'm picking Sam Wilson for the energy ability and the tankiness and all that sort of good stuff and the viability outside of Dark Dimension.
Yeah, those are all really good picks. I'm just going to move on here. Let's go to Cosmic. We have Kestrel already maxed out, so a lot of priority. I don't know if I would have went this route, considering she's not really arena viable, but he went straight hard for her, give or take. He's got a couple characters sitting there at gear tier 13, Gamora, Hela, Falavel, Surfer, Black Bolt, Moondragon, Nebula. So, I mean, some of these characters I would just say finish them up to 14, throw them in, especially since they're Infinity Watch. But what are you seeing here? What do you think?
Yeah, I have no problem with you putting resources into Infinity Watch and Silver Surfer. I would do a hard stop on Hela, just like a straight up hard stop. Miasma's too important and too many better characters than Hela now. And then Black Bolt is at best you're a 4th legendary option for DD4. So I wouldn't even think about that for Cosmic right now. Yeah. So yeah, Kestrel, if you can bring up the 4 Infinity Watch girls and have a 5-piece, that's great. Especially for your arena and for your Dark Dimension. But if you were to prioritize, I would do Gamora, Phyla-Vell, and Moondragon, and
Okay.
then Nebula. You go to Moondragon with the healing,
Okay.
you know,
All
and
right.
you've got maybe Nebula if you have good pieces for tech. It looks like he's already halfway there,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it just kind of depends.
It sounds good. I mean, he's got a lot of parts. I mean, he's definitely got like six. He's got 6 great characters he can easily take up, and you just got to pick 5 of them. Whoever get the uniques on first, basically. All right, and we have the 3 of the symbiotes, but we are missing Scream up top, and I know she's currently expensive in the media store, but he does have 5 on her. Dardoch, which is viable for DD3. So I'm seeing a Shang-Chi. I'm seeing a Misty Knight. And I see a cloak unlocked, but not very impressive there on the red stars. And yep, that's it. So what's your suggestion here? What do you see?
I mean, you could easily go through this with the essential 3 symbiotes of Symbiote, Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, and Scream, and then that Doc-Ock as the 4th.
Yeah.
If you can get Shang-Chi up to 4 stars, he's definitely a viable option. But again, we're recommending a lot of skill characters.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful about your origin types. But yeah, keep farming alien spores. Always go Symbiote, Spider-Man, then Anti-Venom, then Scream, and then Doc-Ock for DD3, and then probably Shang-Chi for DD4, because you're gonna have to split out Doc-Ock.
Yeah. Dardoch will you make an easy transition to legendary because you don't want him for legendary for DD4.
Correct.
So
Correct.
All right, that's all great advice. Hopefully, Lure J, you enjoy this roster review. But with that said, guys, if you guys enjoy this, do us a huge favor. Help support this series. The best way you guys can do that is by giving us a huge thumbs up, leaving a comment, even if it's like, hey, man, I'm the 5th one to leave a comment, or hey, how's it going? I don't care. Leave that comment, help the algorithm, help this series really take off so we can help out even more players in the future. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you're new here, and turn that notification bell on if you don't want to miss any of these roster reviews. But with that said, I hope I catch you guys on the next one. Bye.